never gonna let you go. So come on, say it. Say it again. It sounds so good. Say it one more time and then, whoa, if you mean it, say it again. The hard part's over and the loving part begins. Oh, hold me closer, make me warm. I feel wanted here in your arms. I've been lonely for too long. I've waited a lifetime for you to come along. So come on, say it. Say it again. It sounds so good. Say it one more time and then, whoa, if you mean it, say it again. The hard part's over and the loving part begins. Come on, say it. Say it again. It sounds so good. Say it one more time and then, whoa, if you mean it, say it again. The hard part's over and the loving part begins.
There's a yellow rose in Texas I'm going home to see. Though other men have held her, her heart belongs to me.
You've traveled down some dusty roads, slept out in the rain, but this yellow rose is always here when you come home again.
She knows I've done some hard times.
You stumbled and you fell, I just kept your pride from dying.
You saved my soul from hell. She's the diamond of the desert. She's the golden flower of spring. She's the yellow rose of Texas. She can make a man a king. There's a yellow rose in Texas. She knows the dues I've paid, and I'm going home to tell her I wish I'd never strayed.
You couldn't see beyond yourself, your pain and wounded pride, but now you know the truth is in the way you feel inside.
She knows I've done some hard times.
You stumbled and you fell, I just kept your pride from dying.
You saved my soul from hell. She's the diamond of the desert. She's the golden flower of spring. She's the yellow rose of Texas. She can make a man a king. Yes, the yellow rose of Texas can make a man a king.
I ought to know what it's like to lose it, love. I've done it enough, and I ought to know. But then you came my way and tore away the fear of pain. I won't lose again. This time I know I've got a winner in you. No way I can lose a love I can hold on to. I've got a winner in you. I know how it feels when you try and try again, and then you never win. I know how it feels. Oh, but this time around I finally found what it's all about. They write songs about the way that I feel. I've got a winner in you. No way I can lose a love I can hold on to. I've got a winner in you. I've got a winner in you. No way I can lose a love I can hold on to. I've got a winner in you.
Mom, I always love losers. Mama, I never will change. These young desperados who can't be tied down have driven me almost insane. Mama, I never pick winners. I've only myself to blame. But I'd rather gamble on a young desperado, 'cause I've always loved a good game. Why do I fall for those crazy blue eyes, those mavericks who won't settle down? But I never could stand the touch of a man who'd brand me to keep me around. Mama, please don't feel sorry. I've known what I've done from the start. Well, I've chosen men I could love with my body, but none I could touch with my heart. Why do I fall for those crazy blue eyes, those mavericks who won't settle down? But I never could stand the touch of a man who'd brand me to keep me around. Why do I fall for those crazy blue
played a party last night for some old folks. They were dancing and smiling at me, except this old man alone at a table, as if there's some place that he'd rather be. So I said, sir, can I play something for
you? You placed gold on my finger. You brought love like I've never known. You gave life to our children, and to me a reason to go on. You're my bread when I'm hungry. You're my shelter from troubled winds. You're my anchor in life's ocean. But most of all, you're my best friend. When I need hope and inspiration, you're always strong when I'm tired and weak. I could search this whole world over, you'd still be everything that I need. You're my bread when I'm hungry. You're my shelter from troubled winds. You're my anchor in life's ocean. But most of all, you're my best friend. You're my bread when I'm hungry. You're my shelter from troubled winds. You're my anchor in life's ocean. But most of all, you're my best friend.
You can shed tears that she is gone, or you can smile because she has lived. You can close your eyes and pray that she will come back, or you can open your eyes and see all that she has left. Your heart can be empty because you cannot see her, or you can be full of the love that you shared. You can turn your back on tomorrow and live for yesterday, or you can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. You can remember her and only that she's gone, or you can cherish her memories and let it live on. You can cry and close your mind, be empty and turn your back. Or you can do what she would want. Smile, open your eyes, love, and go on. Smile, open your eyes, love, and go on. As the straight shooter that Veronica was, this is definitely what she would want. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come together this afternoon to celebrate the life of a special person in our lives, Veronica Streets, affectionately known as Veronica Stubborn Streets, a feisty, strong-willed woman who fought hard to stay, but it was not to be. On behalf of her loving fiancé, Kerry, her children, Veronica, deceased, Craig, deceased, and his partner, Jude, Sean and Teresa, both deceased, and her stepchildren, Jason, Emma and Amy, and their families, and her sisters that survive her, Janice and Kay. I welcome you and thank you for being here with them today to celebrate Veronica's life and to say goodbye to her in a meaningful and loving way, in the way she would want. Not too much bloody fuss, just get on with it. I also welcome all those who are viewing online this afternoon, as they were unable to join us in the chapel, especially Janice in Ballina, Deborah in Western Australia, Jude in Cairns, Helena in Melbourne, and Glenys in Queensland. At the conclusion of the service, you are warmly invited to remain here for light refreshments, to tell your stories, share your memories, and to support one another. As the totally down-to-earth woman that she was, we know that Veronica would not want us to be sad today and would want us to remember that grief is a passage, not a place to stay. Grief is not a sign of weakness nor a lack of faith. It is the price of love. You are all here today as you share one important thing in common. Your lives have been touched by the good fortune of having known Veronica. Unique, one of a kind, Veronica's life was riddled with sadness and challenges, but her strength and tenacity meant she faced life head-on, never complaining, stoically accepting her lot, and keeping everyone on their toes with her strong opinions and acerbic wit. Born in Burnie on the 19th of August 1945, the youngest of 6 children born to Laurie and Teresa Hudson, Veronica grew up in Wivenhoe, enjoying exploring the area with her siblings Trevor, Irma, Janice, Kay, and Loris. She attended the Star of the Sea convent for her primary education, walking the 4.5 miles from Ivanhoe there and back every school day and every Sunday. The influence of this education had her aspiring to be a nun in her early days, something that might shock some of you today. However, after completing her secondary schooling at Marist College, she changed her mind and took a job in the office of Smith and Dennis, the spare parts division of motors in Burnie. Jobs at Beer and Kelton Butchery and as a cleaner at both the old and new Burnie hospitals exemplified her strong work ethic and ability to get along with everyone. Veronica married Harry Streets and they had 2 boys and 3 girls. Sadness surrounded them. Firstborn, Veronica died a few hours after birth. Craig passed in his 50s. Sean died in a car accident at the age of 5. And twin Teresa died at birth. For many of us, such grief would break us. But not Veronica. She stayed strong and stoic, shoulders back and soldiering on. Living in Rosebery while Harry was working in the mine, they later moved back to Burnie and built a home in Blackwood Parade. Restless, they sold up and moved back to Ballina. Later, they returned to Burnie, then they went back to Ballina, Then they moved back to Tasmania and lived in Penguin and Somerset before settling in a beautiful unit in Wynyard. Sadly, Harry died in 2017 and Veronica endured pain and sadness once again. Veronica and Harry had enjoyed playing bowls and were members of the Wynyard Bowls Club, and it's lovely to see so many members here today. Veronica was a pretty good bowler, but she was much more than that. She was secretary at one stage, worked behind the bar whenever needed, helped out in the kitchen, and loved the bingo nights at the club. 2 years after Harry had passed, Veronica found she was needing a lift to Launceston for a medical appointment. Kerry, whom she'd known for years, offered to take her. Stopping in at Deloraine on the way home, Kerry and Veronica realised there was a strong attraction between them, and although hands weren't held, there was a strong desire to do so. A couple of days later, Kerry rang Veronica and asked if he could pop around for coffee. Veronica said yes, luckily because he was ringing from her doorstep. And the rest, as they say, is history. They've been together ever since. Kerry was not only the love of her life, he called the bingo at the bowls club. Well, she was a pretty serious bingo player, and she would get super shitty if she was holding a car with one number to go and Kerry didn't call it. "Fuck it, Debbie," she'd say, before telling Kerry in no uncertain terms that he better watch out when they got home. And woe betide if Kerry ever tried to interfere with Veronica's enjoyment of watching her beloved Richmond Tigers playing footy. A passionate supporter is an understatement. She would loudly tell the umpires their pedigree, and opposition players were told in no uncertain terms where they could go. And Dustin Martin was her hero, though she often said she was married to him. Another funny story that I must tell you. Veronica often went to Latrobe with Debbie to do a bit of shopping. Well, this particular day off they went, parked in the main street of Latrobe, did their shopping and headed back to the car. Walking up the street, Veronica says to Debbie, "That car there's running and there's no one in it. What dickhead would be so stupid to do that? Even I wouldn't do that." "Well," Debbie replies, "that dickhead is you, because that's your car." They both broke out in fits of laughter, and as a woman approached them, Veronica cocked her thumb towards Debbie and told the woman, "This dickhead just left her car running," firmly placing the blame on poor old Deb. That's the sort of character Veronica was. Anyway, she also liked to volunteer at the Wynyard Lifeline shop, working every Monday. Sadly, her health deteriorated over the last few years and dementia set in, and Kerry became her carer. She described him as the best carer in the world, and he was devoted to her. Veronica would say, "I'm not going to work today." "No," Kerry would say, "that's because it's Thursday." "I knew that," Veronica would shoot back very quickly, quite often flourishing the bird as well. In the end, for Veronica, every day was Monday, but that was okay. Kerry and Veronica enjoyed 2 bowls trips to the Gold Coast. The first was good, the second for Veronica was not so good, and when they returned, a scan revealed a tumour on her brain. For the last 12 months, her positivity and determination had to be seen to be believed. I'm not going to die. I'm not going to let this beat me. I'll be right. But the tumour was inoperable, but the determination was immense. A fall 6 weeks ago resulted in Veronica breaking her jaw on both sides. Again, inoperable, she drew on all her strength to continually say, "I'm fine, I'll be right." But she lost a lot of weight, and this was the beginning of the end. Sadly, the end came last Saturday after a 48-hour stay in hospital. Not ready to go, she fought desperately to stay until her body could last no longer. Kerry's heart broke, and the world lost one of the most determined women that had ever walked upon it. Sleep peacefully, lovely lady. You have definitely earned your rest. I have a tribute from Veronica's niece, Deborah, and she tells a few little stories that can go with the eulogy. Deborah has written, "A sister and an auntie." She starts at the beginning with Veronica was born, the sixth child to Laurie and Eileen Hudson. She came home to siblings numbering 5. There was big brother Trevor, deceased, my mum Irma, deceased, Loris, Janice and Kay. A few early tales from family stories. Veronica was special to the 2 older children. She ended up being a birthday present to them. Emma was born on the 15th of August, Veronica born on the 19th of August, and Trevor born on the 1st of September. As a toddler, she would wait for Trevor to get home because every night he brought her home a chocolate frog, and none of the other kids ever got one. Mum gave the baby, Mum still called her the baby until she passed, a nickname that also stayed with Veronica until Mum passed, and that nickname was Squirt. I always thought it meant that she was small, but no. The 2 older sisters shared a bed, and every night when the girls went to bed, Veronica would wake and climb in between them. And you guessed it, she wet the bed, and hence the name. Auntie was 14 when I was born. My first childhood memory of Auntie is chocolate. She gave me half a cherry right before bed when she was babysitting me. Veronica is a mouthful of a word for a little kid to say, so it was Auntie Vonnie only I couldn't say it, so it became Auntie Wonnie. I remember going to Auntie's wedding. She was a beautiful bride for handsome Harry Streets. I spent school holidays with Auntie and Uncle Harry and the kids. When you're in a large auntie and uncle family, you spend a lot of time with all of them and all the cousins. Mum bought me a portable record player when I was 9 or 10, and Auntie gave me all her 45s from her teens. Thanks to her, I have and always will love Elvis. Even in my 60s, Auntie still made me quiver in my boots when she would ring and say, "Are you home? I'm coming for a visit." Oh no, when was the last time I dusted? Because Auntie was a clean freak, and you could guarantee that she'd go around and pick things up to see if you'd dusted round them, or you'd actually picked them up to dust under. But there are so many stories out of her 79 years, too many to tell right now. Lots of memories to cherish. Auntie, my heart is heavy and sad with the loss of you. I thank you for helping with my upbringing and for the lifetime of love. It's time for your sadness to be thrown away now as you meet up with your children and all those that have gone before you. Safe travels, Auntie. Till we meet again. It pains me to say this, but go Tigers. Love you always, from your niece, Deborah. And another tribute that came in today from the Olivers at number 36. They have written, Veronica was a dear friend, wonderful neighbour for many years, and godmother to our youngest son. Our 3 boys fondly called her Rock because when our eldest son was little, he couldn't say Veronica and called her Rock, and the name just stuck. We have many fond memories from backyard Barbies, birthday and Christmas Eves, late nights next door, putting together the boys' bikes for the next day. Afternoon coffees and chats and the Christmas ritual of coffee and fruitcake, either sitting on the driveway or on each other's deck as the boys showed what presents they had received. Veronica, you will be missed by those that truly valued your love and friendship. Rest easy. Love, the Olivers at number 36. Bev, Gary, Carl, Mitchell and Preston. Very lovely. So now we have the privilege of viewing some photographs that have been collected from the family albums that depict aspects of Veronica's life. Amazing Love by Charlie Pride and If Tomorrow Never Comes by Ronan Keating have been chosen to accompany these.
When she wakes up this morning and turns to kiss me, she'll find I let her sleep because we loved so late last night. She'll know I kissed her face gently till my returning. And when she finds the rose on my pillow, I know she'll smile. Her amazing love unending is so much more than I am worthy of. If the rose could speak my feelings, she'd know I cherish her amazing love. If I call her a little late, she forgives me. Her voice does not betray. She spent another day alone. She softly thanks me for the rose and says I need you. And then I can feel her smiling on the phone. Her amazing love unending is so much more than I am worthy of. If the rose could speak my feelings, she'd know I cherish her amazing love.
Sometimes late at night, I lie awake and watch her sleeping. She's lost in peaceful dreams, so I turn out the light, lay there in the dark. And the thought crosses my mind, if I never wake in the morning. Would she ever doubt the way I feel about her in my heart? If tomorrow never comes, will she know how much I love her? Did I try in every way to show her every day she's my only one? And if my time on earth were through, she must face this world without me. Is the love I gave her in the past gonna be enough to last if tomorrow never comes? 'Cause I've lost loved ones in my life who never knew how much I loved them. Now I live with the regret that my true feelings for them never were revealed. So I made a promise to myself, say each day how much he means to me, and avoid that circumstance where there's no second chance. Tell her how I feel. If tomorrow never comes, will she know how much I love her? Did I try in every way to show her every day she's my only one? And if my time on earth were through, she must face this world without me. Is the love I gave her in the past gonna be enough to last if tomorrow never comes? So tell that someone that you love just what you're thinking of if tomorrow never comes.
Such beautiful memories. Ladies and gentlemen, would you bow your heads, please, and join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Let's take a moment now to pause and reflect on the place that Veronica holds in our lives and the memories that we will keep in our hearts forever. While doing this, I invite you to come forward if you wish to place a flower and say your quiet goodbyes to her.
Before you take another step, that's something you should know about the years ahead and how they'll lead. You'll be living in a world where roses hardly ever grow. 'Cause all I have to offer you is me, and there'll be no crystal chandeliers. There'll be no fancy clothes for you to wear. Everything I have is standing here in front of you to see. All I have to offer you is thee. Sweetheart, I'll give you all my love in every way I can. But make sure that's what you want while you're still free. Now the only goal I have for you is in this wedding band. 'Cause all I have to offer you is me. So there'll be no mansions waiting on the view with crystal chandelier. There'll be no fancy clothes for you to wear. Everything I have is standing here in front of you to see. All I have to offer you is thee. All I have to offer you is thee. Before you take another step, that's something you should know about the years ahead and how they'll be.
What would Veronica say to us right now if she were here? Maybe this, maybe with some other words in as well, but maybe this: I'd like the memory of me to be a happy one. I'd like to leave an afterglow of smiles when my life is done. I'd like to leave an echo whispering softly down the ways of happy times and laughing times and bright and sunny days. I'd like the tears of those who grieve to dry before the sun, and only happy memories will I leave when life is done. This afternoon we've had a small glimpse into the life of a strong and determined woman, a colourful, unique and resilient woman, a woman who has left an indelible mark and memories on our hearts. But it is now time for us to lay her to rest. Would you all please stand if you are able? Veronica, as we share this moment together, it is with love and unity that we acknowledge what you brought to each of the lives here today, and therefore what is now missing in your physical absence. There can be no doubt that there have been many tears shed and many hearts broken, but we also know that your suffering is over and you are resting with the loved ones who have gone before you. Now it is with love and gratitude that we now commit our memories of you to be locked away in our hearts as we gently yield your body to be cremated. We celebrate you, we honour you, but most of all we pay tribute to that strength of character and positive approach to life that you always had. We will never forget you. Now, in sorrow but without fear, we commit the body of Veronica Streets to the elements and ultimately to Mother Earth, from which all life comes, and to which in the end all life returns. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, grateful for the life that has been lived and all that life has meant to us, may we resolve that while we live, we will strive with all our might to make our living of real worth. And so, Veronica, into the freedom of clouds and sunshine, we let you go. Into the dance of the moon and planets, we let you go. Into the wind's breath and the hands of the star maker, we let you go. And into the sadness and smiles of our memories, we let you go. Go safely, go with love in your heart, and may you forever be at peace. And now, with love we shall leave you in peace, and with respect we bid you a fond farewell. Would the members of the Wynyard Bowls Club please take up your positions for the Guard of Honour?
We're from Tigerland, a fighting fury. We're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind. We'll fight and win. Oh, we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren goes. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold. We're from Tiger, yellow and black. We're from Tigerland. Risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind. We'll fight and win. Oh, we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren goes. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold. We're from Tiger, yellow and black. We're from Tigerland. Tigerland, a fighting fury. We're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind. We'll fight and win. Oh, we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren goes. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold. We're from Tiger, yellow and black. We're from Tigerland. Risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind. We'll fight and win. Oh, we're from Tigerland.